Broadcasting from the Solo Studios, right next door to the site of Scrooge McDuck's winter vacation resort here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in the center of North America on this little planet we call Earth. This is the Solo Show. On this edition, Stan welcomes to the co-host chairs Christine and Adam Melnyk. And now, please welcome your host, the man who thinks that a set of mouse ears are a perfectly acceptable fashion accessory, Stan Solo.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Solo Show. This is Stan Solo from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I have two fellow Winnipeggers here as my co-hosts today. I have Christine and Adam Melnyk. How are you two today? Christine, how are you?
We're good. We're getting ready for our land and sea trip.
Yes, and that's what we're here to talk about, is your land and sea trip. Adam, how are you doing, my buddy?
Good morning. Doing really well. Getting ready, like Christine was just mentioning.
So you're doing a land and sea. This is your first time doing a land and sea trip, correct?
Right. Our first cruise ever.
Your first cruise ever. So not just, and it's a Disney cruise, I assume.
Right.
That's the way to go. So you're DVC member, so this obviously isn't your first rodeo going to Walt Disney World.
No,
this is year number 12 for us.
Year number 12 being DVC?
10 years or 9 years DVC and 12-year Disney people.
Nice.
Went on our trip and rebooked another trip the day after we got home.
That's what I did. I got home, put my suitcases down, didn't even unpack, picked up the phone and booked for the following year. That was supposed to be my one and only trip. I ended up hooked ever since the first trip.
Us too.
So where are you staying on the land part?
First leg of the trip, we're staying at the beach club. Never stayed there before. We've never stayed in that area. We're Bay Lake Tower members, but we often stay at Animal Kingdom. So this is something new for us. And then we'll go on our cruise and then we'll go relax even more at Vero Beach.
So Bay Lake, you're going to be on the Skyway, does it not?
No, we're not. We're Bay Lake owners, but we're staying at Beach Club.
Oh, right. Beach Club. Yeah. So Beach Club is on the Skyway.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So you'll be able to use the Skyliner to get around a little bit. That's awesome.
Well, we'll try it out.
For sure. And how long are you doing your land part?
We are arriving October 3rd and we are leaving for our cruise October 7th. So just a few nights there at the Beach Club.
Oh, excellent. Are you going to visit any parks when you're there?
We are just going to visit Magic Kingdom. We are going to the Halloween party on October 4th, and that's the only park we will be visiting.
And is that going to be your first time at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party?
No, I think this is about year number 5.
Yeah, it's about year 5, that we've been going.
Oh, nice. So you're veterans with the Halloween party, and obviously you enjoy it.
Yes, very much so.
Do you dress up?
18 pounds of candy last year.
That's the way to do it.
We waited at the hotel the night we got back. Is 18 pounds.
You're going to have lots to munch on the cruise.
We're actually setting up a trick-or-treat station at our stateroom door on the cruise.
Oh, good idea. That's great. So do you have any dinner reservations? Because you're there for a few days.
We are going to Mickey's, Chef Mickey's before Halloween party. We'll go do a late lunch there. As DVC members, we could get into the Halloween party at 2. So we'll do our lunch at Chef Mickey's and then just walk across the street to the party. We have a couple other reservations. I'm not sure yet whether we'll keep them. We have one at Cape May, and the kids are going on a pirate cruise in the lagoon. Is it the lagoon?
Yeah, Crescent Lake. And then they will do Captain Hook's pirate cruise, where they're gone for about 3 hours. Captain Hook makes an appearance on the boat. And Chris and I will go somewhere for supper. We have a few things that we might go to ESPN Club, Big River Grill in Brew Club, I think it's called.
And that one that you posted yesterday, was it the Anchor?
Oh, the Yachtsman, I think?
Yeah, the Yachtsman that Mary Wells posted. Yeah. That looks like an interesting place, too. I was looking at the venue, and the crab legs look really good there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a toss-up. We'll figure probably one of those day of things that we'll figure out.
Okay, excellent. And are you doing a Moonlight Magic on this one as well?
We sure are. We'll be at Vero Beach, but we're going to drive back. Vero Beach how far is it from Port Canaveral?
It's about an hour and a half.
From Disney World.
From Disney.
Yeah. So we're going to drive back from Vero Beach. We'll go to the Moonlight Magic. This one's at Typhoon Lagoon, and again, it's another first for us. We've never been to any of the water parks.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, this one's exciting. Like our kids have never been to the water parks, and this one they actually not just give you the Mickey bars, you get a meal as well. So we don't have to worry about our supper there. And we've never done a Moonlight Magic. The dates never seem to match up for us, but this year it did.
I've done 2 Moonlight Magics thanks to friends who are DVC members. And I tell you, those are my favorite things.
Well, we're looking forward to it a lot.
You're welcome to meet us there.
If my annual pass was longer, I would have been meeting you there, but I had to get my annual pass in before it expired. So I took my recent trip earlier. And which ship are you going to be traveling on?
We are traveling on the Dream.
Oh, nice. I've never been on the Dream. Okay, and how many nights is that cruise?
It's a 4-night cruise.
So your first cruise, you're taking it a bit softer, doing a 4-night.
Yeah, yes. We weren't sure how it would be with one of our kids can get motion sick, so we weren't sure how it would work. We wanted to make sure that we liked it. And leading up to it, I already know that we're going to be booking another one, because for each cruise, there's usually a Facebook group, and we found ours, and ours is so much fun. All the people in our Facebook group have made our cruise so much fun already. We haven't even gone.
Oh, for sure. If you ever are doing a cruise, get on the Facebook group before you go. It really improves the cruise experience for sure.
So if you will, it's like testing the waters for us.
So one of your children has a tendency to get motion sickness, or? And
they told us to give her Gravol a couple days beforehand. I don't know if we will, because we'll be in the parks. We might just bring it with us and see how it goes. We have a midship room. We were told that also is helpful in case the boat can be rocky.
That definitely is. It's much less rocky on the middle of the ship than it is on the ends. And how about what floor are you on?
6.
Okay, so you're a little bit higher. So the lower you are, the better it is as well, as far as motion sickness goes. And you have an interior or an exterior room? We
have a veranda. That's me, because I was worried about being claustrophobic, so I thought, let's just get the veranda. If I need to go outside, we can go sit on the deck there.
And does this cruise have a Halloween at the high seas night?
Yes, it is. It's Halloween. It is a Halloween cruise, Halloween on the high seas. There's a pirate night. There's not any official trick-or-treating, but there is some, I believe, on the ship. And then a bunch of people in our cruise group have also opened up their stateroom, not their doors, but everybody's in this little group is hanging bags outside with treats for people. And that's in addition to the fish extender groups that we're in, which is something else I didn't know anything about till we started researching this cruise. And we're in a magnet exchange group. Our kids have become friends with pen pals, like pen and paper pen pals that they've made through some of these groups. And it's been such a great experience already. I can't say enough about it. Yeah, and you haven't even seen the ship yet. No. The fish extender groups and the magnet exchanges are really so much fun. Every cruise I've done them, and I've never been sorry. I've always enjoyed doing the magnet or the fish extenders. I highly recommend it. And what are your ports of call on this cruise? We are sailing to the Bahamas, to Nassau first, spend the day there. We do not have any port excursions booked on that stop. We will definitely get off the ship, take a bit of a walk to look around, and then we will sail to Castaway Cay. Nice. We have snorkeling excursion that we booked, and then enjoy the island during the day, and then sail back to Port Canaveral. So in between Castaway Cay and Port Canaveral, we have a day at sea. Just so you know, it's Castaway Cay. Some of them get upset when you say it wrong on the. So try to keep that in mind. Good to know. Oh, excellent. This sounds like oh man, I wish I was going with you guys. This is a great vacation. So you're doing a lot of firsts. You're doing your first ever stay at a beach club. Yeah. Yes. You're going to be trying some new restaurants for the first time. Yes. First cruise. Yes. Obviously your first time at Nassau and Castaway Cay. Yeah. First party. First Moonlight Magic. Moonlight Magic. First time at the water. I can't believe you've never been at the water park. You've been going for 12 years. That's shocking. Probably so busy with other stuff. Oh, that is great. Well, I think you guys are going to have a great time. And we're going to be back in a couple of minutes. They won't, because they got a cruise to do and they got a trip to do. But we'll be back in less than a minute, and we'll find out how their trip went.
You awake to the sound of breaking glass. A gaping hole and bare wires are all that remain of your entertainment system. This would never have happened if you had the Donald Duck car alarm. Just listen. The Donald Duck Car Alarm. Also available as Goofy. The Donald Duck Car Alarm. Now available.
And we're back. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Donald Duck Car Alarms, available wherever fine car and car accessories are sold. So you guys are back from your trip. That was quick. It seemed like you were just here talking to me a minute ago, and now you're back already. So I'm assuming you had a great time.
It was fantastic.
We'll kind of go through some of the things we talked about before the commercial break to see, how things went. If there was any surprises or anything that you would suggest people have to do, or things that people maybe they shouldn't do, if there's anything. So you said it was your first time staying at the beach club. I'm guessing that's where you ended up staying.
Yes. Yeah.
And how was that? How was the beach club compared to you usually stay at, where is it? Bay Lake Towers, I think you said?
We own a Bay Lake Tower, but we often stay at Animal Kingdom Kidani because we can stretch our points a little bit further there.
Okay. So would you go back to beach club, or would you prefer to stay at the Animal Kingdom?
I like them both for different reasons. We like the beach club. I'll start off when we first went in there is a little bit different from the usual rooms that we've stayed in. This one had one bathroom, whereas at Bay Lake Tower in Kidani, they have two bathrooms. So it was a little bit, it was weird. And the way that the doors are to the washroom, it was like an escape room. There's all these doors, and then there's the shower, and then another room with the toilet. But I think there's 3 or 4 doors.
Yeah, it's almost like a triangular setup with the doors. But it was interesting, but we got used to it, and
yeah,
no other complaints whatsoever. It was
and then location, right? First night that we got there, we went for supper. We like to go to Chewy's, which is non-Disney property. It's a Mexican place that we really like. And then we did a bit of a shop, get some supplies for, breakfast and whatnot. And then we thought, let's go for a ride on the Skyliner. So by then it was Thursday
evening.
Yeah. And it was dark. So we couldn't really see much out the Skyliner. Did our gondola have wrapping on it?
Yeah, our first gondola had the wrapping on it, which was hard to see out the gondola itself, which took away from the experience, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the way back, we caught another gondola without wrapping. So that was much better on the way back.
But it was still dark, so we couldn't see much. But it's kind of nice seeing, the new Riviera Hotel, or what is it all DVC?
Yep.
Yeah. The new DVC hotel there, it's huge.
Yeah.
But the gondolas themselves, good experience. They're very smooth. Like them way more than I thought I'd like them. It's a little bit nervous. And then we thought that we would go on them again during daylight on Saturday, just so we could get a better look at everything. So what did we do? We stayed a few nights at the
beach club.
Yeah,
we took the ferry over to the boardwalk, spent some time there,
okay,
and just enjoyed our stay at the beach club.
That pizza is amazing. If you've never had it, you definitely need to go.
Okay, hang on. You had pizza at Walt Disney World that was amazing. I got to hear about this place because I have yet to have pizza that I would call amazing at Walt Disney World. Where was this?
What's it called?
Wood-fired pizza on the boardwalk. The name escapes me right now, but it's a separate pizza window right on the boardwalk.
Yeah, it's a window. It's really good. And then where do we go? Big River Grill and Brew Works.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that because you're kind of trying to decide between Yachtsman, Big River Grill, and the ESPN Club. Is that where you ended up going?
But the Big River Grill, the best meatloaf we have ever had. Yeah, it was phenomenal.
We shared one portion, and the portion turned out to be huge and fed both of us quite easily.
Yeah.
Then we strolled around a bit, and then we walked over to the ESPN Club, and it was really busy. What was on there?
There was a college football game.
That was it.
That they were showing, and the atmosphere was phenomenal as well.
Well, we couldn't get a table right away, so we sat outside. It's basically bunch of guys just sitting around yelling at the TV outside. They had the game on outside, the audio out there.
Yeah, it was.
And then we noticed people were just walking in, getting a beer, and then coming out and just sitting at a table. So we thought, hey, why not? So we I think he went and got me a margarita.
Yeah. So it was good. It was good.
Oh,
so
nice.
At Big River there and ESPN Club. Great atmosphere. Definitely both would do it again. The kids were at Captain Hook's Pirate. I don't know what it was called.
Pirate Cruise.
Cruise.
On a pontoon ride and had dinner and had a treasure hunt. Captain Hook joined them. So that gave Mom and Dad a couple of hours to ourselves and experienced what we experienced with Big River and ESPN Club, and highly recommend it for both.
Yeah, the kids enjoyed the little pirate crew.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, how the Pirates cruise went. How much, do you remember how much that was?
That was, I think, $55 per child. So
Okay.
$100, and we thought that was money well spent. They really had a good time.
And you had 3 hours of babysitting in there, so that worked out nicely.
Well,
Yes.
and then when we were checking them in, they were telling the parents that if they wanted to leave their kids, an extra hour or two is $15 an hour per kid if you want to leave them in longer. I mean, we didn't, but
there's that option.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
Smart. It's like, you're paying for babysitting for the kids, and then Mom and Dad go off and do their thing.
And they're really entertained. And so they could see Captain Hook, I guess, on the ship, or how does that work? How did they get to see Captain Hook?
We really didn't follow up with them. I think he joined them in the community hall that they all gathered in before they sailed.
Yeah, because I think it was Pirate Penny that took them out on their little cruise.
Yeah.
But they really liked her. They had a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And you also had reservations for Chef Mickey's, too. And that was the night of your not-so-scary Halloween party, if I recall.
Correct.
Yep.
So how was Chef Mickey's? I never went there for lunch. I've only been there for breakfast a couple of times.
I prefer lunch over breakfast just because there's a little bit more choice of food.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Like, even with our DVC discount, when did it come to? $168?
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No.
For the food, it's ridiculously expensive, but you're paying for, again, location and experience, and we'll probably do it again next year.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it twice, so I've done it a couple of times.
It's kind of nice to do it before the Halloween party, and then for us as DVC members, we were able to get in at 2 p.m. So we just walked over we took the monorail over to the park and then walked back.
And then, so you got into Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Was it a good night that night, or was it bad weather? What was the weather like today?
It was amazing.
Yeah, the weather was perfect.
Excellent.
It was, a great experience as well. This was our 4th time, I think, going to the party, and no complaints.
Yeah, it was not as hot as it has been in other years for us.
Yeah, weather was good.
And last time you went, you said you got 18 pounds of candy. Did you break that record? Did you end up the same? How'd you make out?
We didn't. I'm sure we didn't break it, but the kids got a lot of candy. We didn't weigh it.
Yeah, they got a lot of candy, but we can lead up to that poundage for candy when we start talking about our cruise, because added to the candy from there.
So what was the highlight of the Halloween party for you? Did you get to see the new projection show with Jack Skellington?
What were we? No,
we did not see that. We were taking advantage of the rides.
We were going on Mine Train.
Yeah, because the videos I've seen of that, I think it's a puppet that's Jack Skellington is. It looks amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We had we got into the line for Mine Train, and it's like, we were torn. We weren't sure what to do. It's like, well, Mine Train won.
Yeah, the kids swayed us in that decision.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. My last time I went like, I don't know, whatever, a month ago to Walt Disney World. I got mixed up on what time the fireworks were, and there was like 0 wait for Jungle Cruise all of a sudden.
Sure.
I'm going to go on Jungle Cruise. I just get on and the fireworks started. and the skipper says, "Boy, riding the Jungle Cruise instead of watching fireworks, this is no extra pressure for me."
You're the one on the boat.
I got to watch the fireworks from the Jungle Cruise, a 3-day tour.
That's my dream job. Jungle Cruise skipper. Oh, I found a new spot to watch the parade at too that we like.
Okay, what was that?
By Sleepy Hollow, right?
Oh yes, yeah, right beside Sleepy Hollow, right where you kind of cross the sidewalk or the pathway, if you will. And it was a great spot. They close off the sidewalk during the parade, and you just slip in behind the rope once they close it off. It was a really nice spot.
Kids were able to get something to eat and chill out there for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We used to watch. Well, we usually watch in Frontierland by the shooting gallery there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's funny you mentioned that because some of the Grand Circle Tour friends were at Walt Disney World recently, and they watched the fireworks from near Sleepy Hollow as well. Mm-hmm. But I guess they were getting tired and wanted to sit down, so they ended up taking some of the stools from Sleepy Hollow and
Right.
brought them and sat on them. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No,
Other
but
people saw them doing that, and before you knew it, there was no stools left in Sleepy Hollow, and there was
no.
about 23 people sitting on stools watching the the fireworks. And
oh, geez.
so you probably don't want to do that, but it would have been pretty funny to see that.
Well, do you know where the Christmas shop is?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much across from there. One guy had the genius idea of climbing into that little carriage,
The sleigh.
the sleigh, and watching the parade from the sleigh. And so he had a good vantage point from up above.
There's
Really?
a good tip.
Yeah.
That you're allowed to do.
Take note.
But-
Yeah.
Don't take the stools from Sleepy Hollow.
But sit in the sleigh.
But sit in the sleigh. There you go. Did you have any special extra magic that happened to you at all, or any cute stories or anything?
Not so much in the park.
No, not this year. We have had in the past, but
Mhm.
you know, you can't always expect that to happen. And when it happened, it makes it more special, right? And
Well, we had a mix up with our magic bands when we were checking into Beach Club. We had ordered the kids special ones when they're on sale back in the spring. Was
yeah.
ordered
That's right.
a Daisy, and then of course they weren't at the hotel when we got there, and so the guy just the CM put $60 on our account and told us just to go buy a couple. And then we thought, wait a minute, I bet you they're over at the boardwalk, because that's where we originally said that had made reservations.
And that's
Mhm.
where our wait list came through for the beach club. They didn't transfer them over until
Oh.
we figured it out. And sure enough, a few days later, they arrived at the beach club. So
So they
Good
just
night.
give you the gray ones at first, or what happened with that?
we had a choice of colors. They have colors in the back. So everybody thinks you get the gray ones, but they actually do have the colored ones back there too.
Okay, so bonus magic bands then.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we told the kids, you guys can spend that money on picking something out as a souvenir. So
Yeah.
we did that.
Oh wow! So you got 2 magic bands and the cash back.
$6, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll go a day without a magic band for a special magic band for an extra $60 any day.
No kidding.
So were you there when the Skyliners went down at all, or is that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That
So,
happened
How,
actually.
did you get the news right away, or how did you find out about it?
It's actually somebody from our Winnipeg Disney group. Lisa we're actually just lounging in bed at the beach club. There is bedtime, and she sent me a message, and she said, or a link, I think, to the news. And we looked at it, and we're actually quite upset about it, because we had just ridden it that afternoon.
Mhm.
And one of the pictures, you could see the numbers on the cars, and one of the cars happened to be one of the ones that was the one that we were in that afternoon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so for some reason, I took note of the car number, of the gondola number that we were
Car
there.
number 52.
Yeah, and we were car 52. And for some reason, that just stuck in my mind, whatever. And then we got news of this happening, and I zoom in, and I'm like, oh my, that is the same one we were on,
That
where
is
the
crazy.
blue one hit the yellow one. So it kind of gives you that feeling that we were just on this a few hours prior.
I'll be honest with you, we were shaken up a bit, because at the time we didn't know what the reason was, and
Yeah.
they were seeing like live, maybe, I don't know if it's on, you check Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, we were getting kind of the live updates. And
And people that were on there that were stuck, and they've been waiting now a couple of hours, and it's unnerving.
Oh, for sure. Like that would be that. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. That whole
Yeah.
situation.
The next day, I think we drove by the Riviera there, and the cars are just still sitting there at the station, crashed into each other, and then all the gondolas everywhere were just still. It was a little bit spooky.
yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine for sure. I had a lot of people on Facebook and that were not saying that they felt it was spooky. The gondola's not moving.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Whether I will ride them again or not, that's still up in the air for me personally.
No,
Okay.
I probably will, which is shocking to me, because I'm usually the one who's more into the catastrophes. But it is a weird feeling, because when you're coming into the station there, it felt like all of a sudden like you're coming in fast, and you felt smash into the car in front of you, and then you turn around and the car behind you looks like it's going to smash into you. So I don't know if that's slowed down, or I don't know what the cause of the crash was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never really announced. I heard all sorts of theories about it being disconnected. It was because people inside were horsing around, so the cast members stopped it, and that was the reason why it stopped, and it somehow got unlinked. I've heard all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and I heard it was a faulty sensor. So
yeah.
Well,
I guess
we're
find out.
truly not going to get the answer, but
No,
So-
it would have been very scary, especially for our children, if we were trapped up there for, a few hours.
Well, the good news is the one that you were in, that was in the station, I heard the people it was opened up and they were the first ones out.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So if you were in that one at that time, you would have been out soon. And they weren't. They just got. They said the bump was very slow. It wasn't a fast bump. They went on Twitter. People that were in that car that got hit.
I'd
And
rather be there than up dangling.
Yeah, because
yeah.
we did stop a few times, and some, a couple minutes, and I think we stopped the longest, 5 to 7 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
We were up there without moving. So.
But you guys don't stay at Pop or Art or Caribbean Beach or Beach Club. I mean, that often. So
No.
you don't have
but that
much.
afternoon we thought, let's take the gondolas to Pop. Let's go for lunch because that's what started for us at Pop.
And that line was down actually when we went. So we just turned around and headed back to the beach club and went for lunch there.
I'll be using them. I'm staying at Pop all the time anyway, so I'll.
Okay. Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
It's great.
So then you went to on your cruise after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just as a reminder, this is your very first cruise, and it was a 4-night on the Dream.
Correct.
So what did you think of your room? Was it what you expected it to be? Did you have the dual bathroom situation in that room?
Yeah. We had the split bathroom. I don't know if all the rooms are like that. It was nice because if one person had to use the toilet, then at least if somebody else was in the shower, you weren't not tying up a bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed in the shower, I don't, must be in all of them, there's a little seat there. I guess if the boat's rocky,
Yeah.
you have somewhere to sit.
Yeah.
One thing, driving into the port, because we drove ourselves, we didn't take the cruise line bus, that we should have left a little bit earlier because the line to park, it took we were half an hour in line just to park.
Yeah.
So leave earlier.
Yes. And whether that's normal or not, we're not 100% sure, but we were told it wasn't normal. So it was, something was going on there. So.
Well, there's another ship that was parked beside us.
Yeah. And they were leaving roughly at the same time. So you have two boats that are accepting this traffic and going to dump their luggage with the porters and then leaving, and then the next car pulls up kind of thing.
Yeah. I've only gone once where I given a friend of mine drove. We were going together but not together. We were on the same ship and we're friends, and so he drove, and he's been on a lot of cruises.
Okay.
He said we're leaving early because the traffic can get bad at the port.
Yeah.
So if you're not ready, I'm going without you. But no, I'm an early riser, and we were ready. And he's a diamond, so he gets on first. So I was able to be one of the first ones on the ship with him.
I think our port arrival time is 11:30.
11:30, but by the time we pulled up, it was 11:45. We were in the terminal by noon, so we were maybe about half an hour late.
And the check-in process was smooth.
Very smooth, yes.
Yeah.
That continuous moving through that line was a pleasure, actually.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. They've done this enough times.
Yeah.
Got on, and it's like, wow. It was,
so they announce your name when you walk on?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was weird.
Go ahead.
It was beautiful, and I think, what did we do first? We were told, as soon as you get on, go for lunch. So we
went for lunch.
And I thought it was going to be a little restaurant with like sandwiches or something. Oh, no. No.
So did you go to Cabanas or did you go to one of the restaurants?
Cabana.
Okay, yeah. So it's a full-on buffet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, he noticed the crab legs. And
so I went right for the crab legs.
That's my first stop too. Is the crab legs first minute.
And then right next door there's Vanellope's. So we didn't go in there. It wasn't open yet, but the kids were drooling over that already. Oh, and then I noticed the ice cream machines.
Oh yes, the self-serve soft ice cream machine. Mm-hmm. Oh, fantastic flavors. I've never had blueberry soft-serve ice cream.
Oh, I missed that day when they had blueberry. I keep on forgetting to go to the soft serve when I'm there on a cruise.
Yeah, and the banana flavor.
That's my favorite.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went for lunch, and then by then I think the the rooms, you can go to your room at 1:30. Like,
Yes.
they have it roped off.
Mhm.
And then come and undo the rope, and it's like, there you are. You go into your room, and that was really cool. Our room was a nice size. What do we have?
We had the deluxe family suite with veranda.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Perfect, enough room for the four of us. I didn't feel we were bumping into each other.
No, it was good.
The veranda was really nice just to go watch the
Fresh
ocean,
air.
fresh air. Yeah.
It was neat in the morning because that night we sailed, and we woke up like pulling into Nassau in the morning. The first night was rocky. To be honest, we're at the first dinner seating. That was at 5:45. Already you could feel the ship rocking a bit, and we were worried about one of our kids. That's something that because she gets car sick, and that was one of our concerns and why we did choose just a short cruise to start. And during dinner, and we were seated with another family that turned out to be like amazing, great people.
Yeah.
We really hit the jackpot on table mates.
Yes.
Anyway, so one of our kids was starting to look a little bit green. Weren't sure what was going on with her. And after supper, her and the little one went to the kids club, which they love. And then she came flying back into the room, and she was sick. Like, had
No.
And we hadn't done any gravel or anything yet. We bought those ear things, or those sticky things that go behind the ears. Hadn't done anything like that because we didn't know what to expect. So we put one of those behind her ear, cleaned everything up, and then she felt better. And then later that evening, I started to feel ill. And then even Adam, we went back up to the 11th floor where the pools are, and he started to feel not so good. So that was it. It was gravel for us. And I'll be honest, that night we're sitting in bed, and I'm like, I don't know if we've made the right decision, because I thought this was the way things were going to be. So in the morning, I had to take Kata to medical because she had thrown up, and she had to get checked out by the doctor. And all he did was ask her if she felt okay and if it was just motion sickness, which it was. And he said not to use those sticky things that go behind the ear.
Oh, wow.
Their kind of medication in there. We're like, okay. And he said, just use the Dramamine. But he did say that it was not normal for the boat to be rocking that much.
Okay. So did he say because of her age or for everybody?
I didn't really get into it with him. I was just happy that she was cleared to go, back to kids club if she wanted. And she was feeling better. He did say that when the ship comes out of Port Canaveral, the waters there are quite deep, and just that route does make the ship a little bit, more sway back and forth than normal. That day we're going to be sailing to, I think Nassau or...
Yeah, to Nassau was our
Yeah.
first port of call.
And when it would leave there to go to Castaway Key, that it would be smooth sailing. So
And which it was. We didn't feel the boat rock at all.
no,
It
you
was,
don't move.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
like sailing on glass. It was really nice.
Now, I know you were really excited about the Fish Extender Club. How did that work out for you? What was your experience like?
Oh, my word. It exceeded our expectations. It just blew us away. We had so much fun handing out our fish extenders,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't realize what we would get back in return.
We were spoiled.
We were spoiled, yeah. It was unbelievable.
The kids loved it.
Yeah.
Every time we came back to the room, they're checking the pockets on it, and there's, often something in there for them. They really enjoyed it. We enjoyed pixie dusting people or sneaking
Yeah.
around trying to put things in other people's fish extenders. I would highly recommend it.
Yes.
Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun for your kids.
We got caught twice by other people that we were putting our fish extenders or pixie dusting. They opened the door, and there we are. Caught our hand filling
Hand in the pocket.
close your door. So and then we walked away.
Well, we did a med change too, so we got caught putting
Magnets
other
on doors as
people's
well.
and-
Yeah, a lot of fun.
But it's a
No.
lot to walk down the hallways and see other people's doors and all their fish extenders, and it does make you walk back and forth along the boat a lot because you have different rooms.
Well, we worked off our calories that we ate at Cabanas.
Yeah, you get your exercise handing out those fish extenders.
Yes.
Rotational dining was amazing.
Yes, the food was phenomenal on the boat.
The service was
Top notch.
unbelievable. We had the best servers, and
Yeah.
That's the thing that's amazing about Disney cruises is every single person that does the Disney cruise has the best server.
Yeah. The way
I've yet to hear anybody say, I didn't have the best server. Everyone I've talked to ever done a Disney cruise, they've had
Well,
the
what
best
goes
server.
a long way with me personally, and I'm sure with Chris, how they interact with our kids and other kids, and that really goes a long way for us. Just they really pay attention to them.
Now you mentioned, you had the Halloween at the High Seas on the cruise on this.
Yeah.
Now this is something I want to hear about because I did have a cruise booked, and we were in Florida for the cruise, and the cruise got canceled because of Hurricane Irma. So I've never done the Halloween at the High Seas. Can you tell me a little bit about what that's all about?
Well, you should do one. That's first and foremost. They have more candy for trick-or-treating. So the kids trick-or-treated on decks 3, 4, and 5.
Now, do you have to be a child to do the trick-or-treating, or can anybody do this?
Oh, no.
It's Disney.
Anybody.
Come on.
All right, now we're talking.
So that was really good. And then they had like Mickey and Minnie's masquerade dance party. Then
Is that in the atrium?
yes. So once that's all said and done, so that's the trick-or-treating night. The following evening is pirate night. So everybody, if you so wish, dress up in pirate costumes. Some costumes were unbelievable. Others were just, the bandana and the little things around the neck.
That was us.
That was us.
Well, Disney hands out bandanas to everyone that morning as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had no idea what lengths people went to for the Halloween costumes and for pirate night.
Yes.
I'm pointing at myself because I won the costume contest when I was on there.
But they have fireworks at sea that night. There's a little stage production on the pool deck. Jack Sparrow comes and makes an appearance, which is really neat. And they have a dance party afterwards as well.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. You shouldn't have started with a Disney cruise because now you're spoiled. Because if you do any other cruise line, you're not going to enjoy it as much as you did your Disney cruise.
We are spoiled, absolutely.
Just a warning, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
We booked a placeholder.
And we are actually looking forward to having the 2021 itinerary for the fall release. And we'll be booking our next cruise for 2021.
Oh, nice. Have you given Alaska a thought?
Yes.
Yeah, I've done Alaska twice. I love the Alaska cruise. That's I love it. Absolutely love it. How was Castaway Cay?
Oh, breathtaking.
Yes.
As you know, we also go to Vero Beach, and the ocean is great, but it's very wavy. You get knocked on your butt in the ocean.
But at Castaway Cay, the waters were calm, crystal blue, and the kids enjoyed the little water slide that was there. I can't remember. It was something plunge. The name escapes me now. And
I did the snorkeling.
The snorkeling was really good. Yeah.
Did you find the undersea Mickey?
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice.
There.
Yeah. To be honest, I couldn't get the hang of it. I struggled with the snorkeling, just couldn't get past what I needed to get past. In terms of mind over matter, if you will. And then our youngest one, she was a little nervous with the depth that we were going. So her and I turned back, but Chris and the other daughter, they continued on. So they really got the hang of it. So they really enjoyed it, I think.
I would do it again.
So now you headed back to Vero Beach for a few nights, right? And while you were there, so you drove to Typhoon Lagoon for Moonlight Magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? That's
No.
I mean, not going to Moonlight Magic. Moonlight Magic is amazing, but that drive back must have been rough. But let's talk about Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, but what we did was drove in early enough to enjoy Disney Springs,
Okay.
had lunch, and then we drove to Typhoon Lagoon, which was like literally 3 minutes away from Disney Springs. I wasn't sure of the registration process. I go find out. She says, you can come in right now.
Now it's what, 4:30?
Now it was about 4:30, and started to enjoy some of the water slides or the wave pool.
That wave pool is amazing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was a great atmosphere and a great experience.
There were characters there. We didn't get in line for the characters because we didn't have our phones with us.
Yeah.
To take pictures. There looked like there's PhotoPass there, but I'm not sure how that
really worked or
we probably
whatnot.
should have asked. Maybe they had like a one-night special. Oh, that's another thing. Sorry, going back to the Halloween party. We found out later that you could have bought like a one event PhotoPass package.
Yeah.
How much was it? Like $69?
Something. So something for people to look into and for ourselves as well. For
Mickey's Not So Scary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, neither did we. Till after.
But Typhoon Lagoon or any Moonlight Magic would be highly recommended. Absolutely.
And
Yeah, because this
Typhoon
is your first Moonlight Magic as well. And for people that don't know, do you want to explain what Moonlight Magic is?
It's a special event for Disney Vacation Club members. And they have events for Vacation Club members either at one of the parks or the water park.
Yeah, and I think it's about, is it once every 2 months or once a month?
I believe it's once every 2 months. Yes.
Something around there. And if anybody ever has a DVC friend, or if you're a DVC and you're going when Moonlight Magic is on, go.
Yeah.
Absolutely go. It is like
Absolutely.
the best event. Between Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Moonlight Magic, which would, I mean, they're different parks, they're different everything, and which would you prefer?
I don't know. Typhoon Lagoon is very family friendly. Like the slides, and there was enough for us to do that whole evening that we had a really good time. Great lazy river. The last water slide that we went on was what?
It was a family raft ride.
Misadventure Falls.
And really fun ride. And if we had to choose, I don't know if we could, to be honest.
Oh, really? See, for myself, I do Moonlight Magic hands down.
Okay.
Because of the food.
Okay, yeah.
I like the free food aspect.
Free ski bars.
Yeah, absolutely. The ice cream, I'll give that to you.
Now, you do get free candy when you go to Mickey's Not So Scary, so you could weigh them both out, I guess.
Yeah, but Dad ends up lugging that candy around for the whole night. So Moonlight Magic.
Would you think you're going to go back to a water park now?
We might. I think on a really nice day, Typhoon Lagoon, I could see it. Now that our kids are a little bit older, not like little ones, there's a lot for them to do, and they're old enough now they can just run and go on a water slide if they want while we go on that lazy.
Yeah, and we only had a 3-hour window, and I don't think it was enough to explore the whole water park, because I know for sure that we missed a few things.
Okay, yeah. So now, because this is it didn't actually start at midnight then.
No, it.
Okay, I'm getting. That's why I thought you guys were crazy driving that late. Okay,
yeah.
So what time did it actually start for the Moonlight Magic?
5 o'clock.
Okay, well that's not bad at all then. Okay, see, I went to the Animal Kingdom one where it basically I was leaving at 2 a.m.
Oh wow.
So that makes more sense now. I forgot. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So water park would be different. So you left. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it closed at 9:30. So it ended at 9:30 for us.
So we're there at like 4:30 to 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's plenty of time to drive back.
First one's in, last one's out.
That's the way to do it.
Exactly.
So what's the next adventure for you two?
Looking at dates for next October for our usual stay of going to the parks and then going to Vero Beach after, because 2021 we'll do a cruise.
Yeah, so I think we've decided as a family that we will probably alternate every second year for a cruise. So we'll do the parks and then we'll do a cruise the following year. And the kids were, a decision maker on that as well. They have to be included in whatever we discuss because it's for them as well, not just us.
Right now we're looking to see, we have 250 points, DVC points. And so we do like to go for 2 weeks. So we're trying to figure out how to, where we can stay to stretch those points out.
Yeah, of course. So with this cruise, did you use DVC points? Was this a DVC cruise? It wasn't. Yeah, no. Because you could do a DVC cruise as well, but now you're really stretching your points thin.
Yeah, we've heard using points for cruises is not really worth it. It's better to pay out of pocket for those.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Well, I want to thank you two for coming on.
Thank you, Stan, for hosting and having us on. It was certainly a pleasure.
Is there any final things you wanted to talk about or discuss?
No, I think we've covered it all. It was a pleasurable trip as always. Firsts for us for cruising and beach club, which we would definitely do again. And it was a lot of fun.
I don't think there's anything we would have changed.
No, not one thing.
Amazing. I think Adam says most relaxing vacation he's ever had.
Yeah.
So if you want to join, Adam and Christine are part of the Winnipeg Disney fans, as well as I am. If you're in Manitoba or the Winnipeg area or Western Ontario, you could join the Winnipeg Disney fans, and we're a small but friendly group.
Slowly growing. Yes.
And slowly growing. And we got some fun things planned for meetups and whatnot coming up.
Absolutely.
I got some ideas. We did some more Mickey tie-dye at Vero Beach.
Nice.
Holding our technique.
So with that, take it away, Ken.
If you have a brilliant idea for a topic and would like to be a guest host on a future solo show, then drop us an email at thesoloshow01@gmail.com. Tell us your idea for a topic for the show, and we'll contact you about a date and time for you to join us as a guest host. If you would like to comment on a current show or want to keep the conversation going, then visit us on Facebook at The Solo Show. And be sure to join us again for the next adventure on The Solo Show. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.